So we have a quick little network available to us. And let's just connect power to this. There we go. So now we have power along the outer edges. So we got to figure out how to get the uranium, of course, into there. So we need to have a little bit of space here. So let's move this back a bit. We could fill around with the space once we kind of know exactly what we're going to need. And let's just start getting a few inserters. We can use these really slow inserters. Uranium is so efficient that we don't need fast at all. So we're going to need this. And let's get a real requester chest, not a cheating one. And this is going to request the uranium, fuel cells, and we only need a few. I usually like putting 1 or 2 here, nothing more. Now, of course, you notice this guy's flashing. He's not on the network. So we need to fix that too. So we need to have a couple of extra roboports on here. So let's grab those. Let's just make sure we have our, whoops, I don't want that. Okay, there we go. So we're going to need something like this. I don't know, we'll kind of put it in the halfway point, like this. Like that. Then of course, we need to provide power here. We're probably going to go with substations, so we'll grab some of these. Alright, so that gets power to our roboports. Let's duplicate this on the other side. Alright. So this guy should charge up. And there we go. This guy's now, he's already has uranium delivered, so that's good. So we can't do this. This has to be a little closer. So let's do this like so. Now we do have to get power here. Oh, before we do that, let's. We also have to get the bad cells out. So we're going to have to do a provider chest here. What's this doing here? Don't need this, do we? Don't have too much garbage in here. That's going to take the garbage stuff out. And let's then provide power. Hopefully, if this reaches. Doesn't reach. Let's bring this a little closer. There we go. Alright, that guy's getting all charged up now. Alright, good. So let's get rid of this line across like so. So we got to duplicate this now across all of our I kind of want to have this symmetrical just because I'm like that. I'm that way. I'm sort of anal about these things. Okay. And then we can take this whole thing. And, ooh, we have to move this. Take this whole thing. We're going to flip it. Flip, there we go. Okay, there we go. So far so good. So now we can actually see the bonuses on here, because these things are actually active. You see they're heating up. So now if we do an Alt-X and get the heat bonuses off here, you'll see there's our 1.7 that we calculated earlier. Now this, I don't like this about this calculator. It actually rounds to just one decimal place. It truncates it off, but that should actually be 1.76 from our calculations earlier, and you can see that are still actually here. It's that number here. $1,760 megawatts. Okay. So if we were, I want to try and get these things centered as much as possible. So now we got to get. Okay, so if we want to get the heat out of here now, we could do this. So lots of ways to get the heat. Now, the game does a pretty good job of simulating heat transfer. So the more rods we have coming out, the more heat we could transfer further down the line. So I'm trying to get as many rods coming out of there as I can. Now, the other thing we're going to do, largely because there's two reasons for doing this. I want to have this to be symmetrical, and this allows us to get more heat away from the reactors. Like so. Which is awesome. We could theoretically put double the lines on the outside, but we'll see if we're going to need that or not. I think we're going to have this heat should make it all the way down to the end. Okay. The other thing we got to make sure is we got to get the steam out of here, so we got to leave a little bit of room to get the steam. So how much room we're going to need here? Something like this, perhaps? Let's see. Yeah, that should work. So that gets the steam out, so that's going to be plugged into our system over here somehow. We'll figure that out in a few minutes. Now, what did we say? We needed 4. We're going to need 4 pipes coming out of this in order to maintain the proper flow. So right now we only have access points for at the front and the back, or yeah, the 2 ends. That's not going to be enough. Right? If we just had this, we already know that 2 pipes are not going to be enough unless we had like a sophisticated array of pumps. Because even here, if you look at, if I do something like this, how many pumps do I, or how many pipes do I have? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the flow along this line of pipes, the most I can get out of it, out of 5 pipes, is 1714, and that's not enough. If I had to rely on these 2 pipes to get, well, not only that, but trying to get 2 pipes to contain that 45, what's the number we calculated here? 4,800. We need. There's no way you're going to get that much out of these 2 pipes. So we're going to have to add some more pipes into this system. So let's do that. Let's divide. We're going to need, like, say, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, something like that. One, two, three, four, and then a split. 1, 2, 3, 4, then a split, and then we have the ones on the end. All right, let's try that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we'll split here. Might as well go all the way across. We'll have to do it on the other side as well. Like this. Okay. Then we need to have a way for the steam to get out. Okay, we're going to have to make sure the water continues. Otherwise, we're going to be foobarred. Make sure the heat continues. Okay, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we need a split. Like so. Okay, there's another way for our heat or our steam to get out. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. That gives us our 4 pipes out of here. Hey, Perplex, welcome. In the 2.0 patch that's upcoming, they rework the fluid, how the way the fluid works, better flow. Oh, so is it each pipe can actually contain more liquid? So I haven't read that. So that's good information. So I'll have to revisit these designs. So this is the current page. Do you know what the stats are? So for example, we get 12,000, then with one pipe it goes down to 6, and then 3, and then 2, 20, so on and so forth. That's a little more even? Okay. Well, once 2.0 gets released, I'll look at all the numbers, and then these blueprints will obviously change, because the flow rate, well, hopefully it's going to work in our favor. I'm hoping I don't have to add more pipes. Hopefully maybe we can maybe take some away. Anyway, we now have 4 pipes now coming out of here, and that should be enough to feed this. That should be enough to feed this. So we just have to figure out a way for all the fluids to get in here. So I guess what we can do, we'd do something like this. So let's move this down a little bit. Say like this. Is that going to be all right? I think that looks all right. Then come across. Then we need, see, this doesn't line up quite right. If I wanted to get another line in here, this one doesn't line up quite right. This one is pretty good, so we'll have to kind of play with this a little bit. That one works perfectly. I like this one. Right, boom. And that feeds in like so. That's kind of nice. This one is off. So we may need to change we may not want to have it the way I like every 4. What's going to be the closest? For splitting here. Bit of an art to all this. It's not a raw science. I want to do this with the minimal amount of space used. I could certainly afford a few pipes between the turbines, Perplex. You're right. I just want to make sure it stays within the city block. I don't want to put too many pipes here. That'll extend it further down. And I kind of... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, how many we have here again? And we needed 76, I think we calculated. Oh, these heat exchangers. All right, well, there's one thing we could do here. Let's move this up 1. Yeah, we need to find a better spot to put the... That can go there. Okay, and this can go up then by 1. Something like that. And the next, I want to get the close alignment. This is a close alignment. Thought there would be here. This one here. This one's just about exact. Here. How's this? Ha ha! Take that, game. Take that, game. Okay, beautiful. That works. Okay, let's not worry about this row. Let's just get this one, and then we can adjust this row, the other row later. So that goes like that for the water. So where's the next one? We need one more here. So that one took 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Should I? Yeah. Yeah, this is messing me up. We have the extra space here. So every fifth one. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have a mark. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have a mark. Haha. All right, we got it. We got it. We got it. We win the internet. Okay, and then we have just one more here on the end. There's our 11. So this last one will have to extend a little bit. Let's just go like this. So that's a few pipes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's 7. So that drops us down to, if we have a 7-pipe system, that drops us down to a flow. So we can still, that's fine. A maximum flow of 1,500. We calculated 1,500 as our minimum. That's why, if you remember when I calculated this, we wanted to err on the side of being a little bit lower, right? So that's why we got 4 ways across here. So that works. All right, we're good. We're good. We're good. Okay, and I just have to duplicate this. That's one of the reasons I like this game. It's not exactly easy all the time. Actually, you have to. Oh yeah, absolutely. This is very much a thinking man's game. That's one of the reasons why I love it too, Perplex, for sure. And it's funny when you try. There, I think for those of you who've been on my channel for a while, there's a book that I've promoted in the past. It's called The Psychology of Everyday Things. And when you look at something like this, like it actually looks kind of pretty. Once it's all said and done, it should be symmetrical. But not only will it look kind of pretty, it'll be 100% functional. And not only that, the look of it should help communicate its function. So the fact that we're having to do this kind of work here, it should be evident that there's pipes coming across here that had to be divided up, but it still, communicates its function in also a pretty way, if you will, if that makes any sense. And that's probably what attracts me to games like this and engineering in general so much. Is that once you have a design, it actually looks good, and that feels really good when you got it all done. If it's just all spaghetti stuff, I mean, you might be able to get it to work that way, but it's like, oh man, you're always thinking in your head, there's got to be a better way to do this. So it's a marriage between science and art. I think engineering is best described as the marriage between science and art, because you gotta think on your feet and change things up, and it's cool. Anyway, it's cool. So I think we've got this more or less sorted now. So that goes here. We need that there. We need the space here. So you can, I mean, the first time you go through something like this and you try to design a fairly large, complex blueprint, and you're figuring out the way the bonus heat works for the nuclear reactors. You're trying to figure out all the numbers for the the turbines, and then you're trying to figure out the flow system. You're trying to figure out the heat system. It's like, oh my gosh, there's a lot of mechanics in here. So yeah, it'll take a long time to design anything the first time you do it. So, but have patience, persevere, push through. Look at some inspiration on the internet. There's some really awesome designs for these kind of things. I usually like designing most of my things from well, not from scratch, but with some of these engineering principles in mind. Okay, that's over. That's done. That's done. Okay, we got our 4 pipes coming across. All right, now we got to play with this a bit, because remember at the start when you design this, we need 76, but I intentionally built. I have more here. We have 4 extra. Whoops, I keep doing that. Yeah, there's 80 here, but we have to find a place for these things. So if I do this, if I put this here in the middle, oh shoot, I can't reach those now. Okay, let's go the other way. We'll go here and here. Let's get rid of this. I kind of want these lined up as well, like this. Same idea here. Boom. There we go. I have played a little bit of Satisfactory, and I know the big 1.0 release is coming out tomorrow. I'm tempted to try it, and I'll be a complete noob. And I would love for my viewers to come and kind of show me how the game works. So let me know if you guys would like to see me play Satisfactory. Just from that perspective, I do find I get a decent amount of viewers when I try something that's new like that, so people enjoy, because I don't have any kind of backseating policy. I love the interaction from viewers. I don't discourage any kind of backseating, so I think we can go, let's go here. Make sure those are all connected, and we'll go here. Perfect. That even connects to that one. And that's good. There we go. So now, see, I see now we have this worked out to be perfect. Now we have our 76, which is the exact number we need. And there we go. That's actually looking pretty good already. I guess we can get rid of these, because those aren't doing anything. So we could take this quadrant that we've just designed, we could flip it, and should be able to place it here. Let's actually delete the old one. Okay, so that's that side. Need to be a little bit careful here. We could just delete this. And let's take this quadrant. And we need to flip it. I love this flip functionality. Very valuable. Okay, there we go for that. They've upgraded Satisfactory to Unreal Engine 5 last year or so, and they're... Oh, really? I have seen some guys streaming it. It does look very, very nice. I won't lie. I'm not gonna lie. It's a very nice looking game. I'm also well, one of the reasons why I'm playing Factorial is that I'm also looking forward to the 1.0, not the 2.0 release of Factorial coming up in October. Too many games to play, man. Not enough time. Let's get this finished here. Actually, I should be able to just... Here, let's do it this way. Let's take this whole thing like this. And if we flip it like that, that should all just line up, right? Perfect. Perfect. Our designs are coming to being. Alright, so we can take this quadrant all the way up to there. Actually, let's just do this, because we did make some changes to that. We'll copy all the way up to here. Flip it. And flip it the other way. And boom! How does that look? How does that look, my friends? Is this going to work? Are we going to get success? Well, there's only one way to find out. We'll have to test it. We need to test this big bad boy. This one goes to 11. Yeah, so that's basically my process I go through when I build a blueprint. Now, hopefully this works. We have way more power. This one was 1.1 gigawatts. This is 1.74 out of a single city block. Far more effective use, far more efficient. Now, there's more things we can do. There are more things we can do. Oh, I am missing something here. There's a problem still. These need to be connected like this. Oh, shoot. So this has to come down like this. Like that. There are more things we can do in terms of the way the steam engines work, or whether nuclear reactors work. They're always on, whether you require this power or not. So we could put in some automation to turn off the power so we're not spending the nuclear fuel unless the power is actually needed. Now that's a bit tricky and even a bit risky because it takes some time for these nuclear plants to spool up. You see these are running at a temperature of 1,000 degrees. They start off at, at room temperature at 20 degrees or something, and you have to get heated up to 500 degrees in order to boil the water. Gotta make sure these get connected. And we'll see the heat transfer. So now the heat is transferring from here. These are cooling, but these are heating all the way down the line until they get to the end. So these ones on the end have to get to 500 degrees Celsius in order for the water to boil. is. It's starting to get there. It's starting to look good. It's starting to look good. We'll do the same on this side. Make sure we connect it. Get her all connected here. Now we're still missing the water, so let's see if we can do some tests. Actually, let's do this too. This isn't strictly necessary, but I kind of like doing this so all the steam is shared between all quadrants. So we're just going to connect this across. We'll do... Oh, we got a problem. We have a... Houston, we have a problem. How did I mess this up here? Okay, that's better. This is the problem here. We messed this up. Still got a few things to do, or else it's not going to work. Now, the thing is, too, uranium is actually pretty cheap in the game. It's not like in real life where uranium is so rare. Like, one patch of uranium will last you all the way through your mega base and forever. It's like, and once you get the Corvix reprocessing technology running, it's like it's pretty much infinite uranium. So just a thought, build a blueprint with landfill only under. Absolutely, you're thinking already, Perplex. You're thinking, my friend. So I got my city blocks, we got the landfill city block, and there it is. That's there's the city block for you. So we will be using this for sure, and we've already started to sort of use this. You can see I've used this already over here for the old style. And we've already used this for filling in, yeah, these guys are filling in city blocks over here for our eventual expansion into this whole water area. Lots and lots of water here. Oh, look, some more stone. We're going to need that stone. But we'll use this. We could probably put 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 city blocks worth of power here with all the water we have available to us. So I'm looking forward to that. That should look good. We're not quite finished here. Not quite finished. Oh, there's a problem here. How did I miss this? Guys, what's the matter with me? Yeah, no problem, man. No problem at all. It's an excellent idea. Here, you know what I'm gonna do, just to make sure. Okay, that's running, that's running. Let's just do it this way. This will be easy enough. See, these are messed up here. That, like that. Okay. I think that looks good. That's connected across. That's connected. That's connected. That's connected. Okay, that looks good. Although now let's see if we can just feed in the water. So we're going to use a little cheat here as well in our creative mode here. We'll actually have to use real water pumps for our formal solution. But for now, we're just going to grab these infinite pipes. Nice little tool here. We're going to add them kind of just outside of our city block so we don't mess up with our city block design. I don't want to get some of these infinite tools in our blueprint. So we said we needed 8. Now if I want these to simulate an actual pump, this should go, can I set this to 1200? That's interesting. So this will give me a throughput of this. This will act like a 5,000. I think we're fine. We'll go on the heavy side. Wouldn't mind having this be exactly emulating a water pump, but it's not. I suppose I could do the percentage thing. When you play games like this, I always try to think 20 steps ahead. I will mentally draft the blueprints in my head. Absolutely. I mean, I can only go so far mentally myself. Um, if you could actually envision things in your head beforehand, that's great. But I actually have to start, like you noticed at the start, I had to place things and reposition them just to start getting a feel for it. I can't mentally picture everything, but that thinking ahead is certainly a good idea. Okay, so if we look at these guys should all have an output on them. Oh, actually, I shouldn't say that. Oh, no input fluid. Well, this one doesn't have input. There we go. But since this guy's not actually, we need a way to test this, because we're not actually consuming power anywhere in our sandbox world here. Well, if it did work out perfect for you, Perplex, you'd be an amazing genius. I think for most of us, that's the case. All right, so this guy's generating power. I'm going to change this to be a secondary power source. And we're going to create another power, but this is going to be another power output or producer to be a power consumer. So you change this to input. We'll make that secondary as well. So this is now consuming 500 gigawatts of power. So these numbers are going to matter now. So let's just change this. So this guy's only producing whatever, even like 100 megawatts of power. We're sort of going to simulate what would happen. Oh, there we go. A different sound already. So if we want to consume all of the power, we have 500 gigawatts. Well, that's consuming all of our power. We only have 1.7 gigawatts. What's a gigawatt? So let's consume 2 gigawatts worth. So this should still consume everything. There we go. Nice. We're producing 1.7 gigawatts. And we're satisfying nearly all of it. That's good. So if we examine these things, shit guys, I think we did a good job here. All these guys should be outputting 5.8 megawatts of power. And it looks like they are. Perfect. So if these guys are all producing, that means we have enough steam being produced. Our heat is getting all the way down the pipe. Ooh, look, the temperature is decreasing at the end here. Left bottom power pole? You talking about these ones? Oh yeah, this is not fixed. Okay. Alright, that's... So why is it showing... Oh, it's ending up not being a problem. because we still get all the steam flowing through here. I don't actually have to have that all connected, because steam will run through here and then back up. Oh, that is actually interesting. So even though I did that up here, it's not essential. It's still, everything's still running at 100%. Actually, that is cool. All right, I'm going to actually take those off because we don't actually need it. In fact, these are not perfectly symmetrical, and that's bugging me. I want these things to be symmetrical. So this is the top left one is the one I want. So let's get rid of this. We've actually discovered we don't need those because the steam flows through. Like it'll go through here, around. It gets there. All the pipes are actually connected properly, even without those connectors. So I'm going to just dump this. Let's just dump all of our quadrants except for the top left. Oh, commercial break, guys. Excellent. I suppose here, let's just do this. I do want to connect the quadrants together. So let's do this. This will make sure we have maximal steam flow throughout the entire reactor. No problem, man. No problem at all. All right. So I think we verified it's working. I think we've tested as much as we could test. So we should have enough room here to bring in any. If there's water right under these tiles, we should be able to just remove the landfill and put the water pumps directly into here. That would probably be the most ideal scenario. Oh gosh, this is super sweet. It's fabulous. I like it. Well, let's see if we need that. So you're thinking of this? Yeah, okay, well, let's see. Are we going to need it? So the temperature's still dropping on the ends. This one in the middle is probably the worst. This one I'm not as worried about because it's not consuming. There's no heat exchanger on the other side here. So it's not as bad, but these ones are probably the riskiest to dropping below 500. That's a really good thought, Perplex. It's still dropping, and it's dropping fairly quick. So if this runs steadily for like an hour, or even 10 minutes, Well, that's an idea. Instead of doing that though, why not? I think what I would do, let's try this. We'll just shift this over by 1. Do that. Now this will definitely hold. Yeah, this is good. This is good. Temperature! Come on, temperature! We're running out of steam. Oh, of course, this is not a problem. Yeah, temperature's climbing above 500, so I think we're good. It'll probably settle around 600. Oh gosh, we had underground heat pipes. Yeah, that would be kind of nice. Okay, let's do the same for all these quadrants here. This will be sure we don't, those heat pipes don't get too cool towards the end of them. That looks good. See, that just looks good. I get a little excited because it looks good. Oh, we don't need these ones on the end. They're going nowhere. All right, I think we're good. Okay, heat temperature's increasing. We could do that perplex, but I don't think it's necessary. These, like this was, because we don't have a heat exchanger on the other side, I don't think that'll be necessary. Because these ones need 2 of them because there's heat exchangers pulling heat off of in both directions. So if we had just one pipe, that one pipe is getting cooled twice as fast. But this pipe is only getting cooled by 1 row of heat exchangers. So you're right, we could just, oh, well this is a problem. There we go. Just one little thing missing breaks the whole system, eh? All right. Oh gosh, that looks so good. It's even all balanced. Everything looks like perfectly symmetrical. Oh, that deserves a cheer, guys. That worked out better than I even thought. So, not too bad. Pretty easy. We got 12 reactors in a single city block, working nice and smooth. We're not going to work on a system which slows our consumption of the uranium, because I've never even come close to running out of uranium. So If we're burning more uranium than we need, I'm not too worried. I suppose that's not the most engineering-like answer, but that could be maybe a job for another episode, another stream. All right, so we just have to make sure we plug water in. So for our final test, let's actually create the blueprint. So the blueprint, what I normally do is I don't put the roboports or these guys in the blueprint. So we're going to take these out because they're part of a different blueprint. They're kind of overlaid here. But I will put these hydro poles just so I can get an idea for the power. Okay, that all looks good, right? We're all good. We're all good. Okay, let's just delete now these. We don't want to get these in the blueprint by mistake. Let's commit it. There we go. Okay, let's see. Let's put it with my other ones. Power, nuclear reactors. So this is the one I actually made over the weekend, which is still quite functional, but I think the one we just made just now is even better, so it's awesome. So I usually have a bit of a pattern here. I put the number, I didn't do it for the 4, so I got a 4 that's even smaller. But that's pretty much obsolete. We don't use that anymore. I had this, here you go, Perplex. I had this really complicated landfill one that only filled the landfill underneath the buildings. That was done via mod, although you can do this manually, but it's painstakingly hard. So I don't even bother. We'll just fill in the whole thing. We're just going to fill in the whole darn thing. So let's do the same thing here. We're going to put 1, 2, 12 nuclear reactors. So let's change the name here to be the same as the other ones, the same format. 12 nuclear reactors. Oh, we got to put our grid system in here. 100 by 100. We need to get the center. I think that's centered. Okay, and there we go. We can just plop this down anywhere now. Bloop, 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 bloop. Let's test it in our creative mode outside of the sandbox. So Shift B. Oh, this is actually my real game. Well, why don't we test it in the real game? We'll test it in the real game here, guys. Are we feeling confident or what? We gotta get our science going here. More weapons. Oh, we're already getting to white science. We gotta launch our rocket soon. Take her. That won't be for a little bit. I wanna get things ironed out here. Oh, I could show you my build for that, Perplex. I think I've got a pretty good build for that too. I do have a blueprint for it. If I don't have it shared yet, but I could put that up on my Google Drive. It's actually right here. Anyway, before we do that, let's drop down our Fandangle. We got a whole look at these nice, beautiful areas we could start. Actually, here's a perfect one. Perfect area we could put it. So let's do that. Jumping jack splat. Let's put down our city block. There we go. And let's go for a walk. Where is my... Okay, Cross your fingers, guys. We're doing this in my actual gameplay now, so let's hopefully we did our work properly. Nuclear. It looks pretty. Now I don't think you know what? I should double check that. How many, here the bots are coming to pick things up now. How many nuclear reactors do we have stored in the hub? Let's see. I only have 8, so we should update this to like 12, just so we have enough. And we should probably also increase this number. So how much do we have? Those numbers are old for the old design. Or it's not that old, just the previous design. 684. Oh my goodness. We'll definitely have to upgrade those numbers. Okay, well that's working. We'll let the bots do their thing. Here, Perplex, I'll show you how I solve the problem of the uranium, of using the old stuff. Let me just take a look at the old one here, because I would have solved it. It does it in the same way. All right, let's go. So we've got, we actually put this together in the stream last time, but I didn't really talk about it overly much. I kind of just briefly glossed over it. Once we got our, so we got our uranium set up here, we got an acid train set up here, and you can see now we're not even using any of the uranium now that the system is in place, because we do have Corvix. So starting off, I think everyone kind of knows you just got to use these centrifuges just to get a chance to get the 2 different kinds of uranium out of it, the good and the bad. And I've got a little splitter here, so it puts it onto the belt, goes into the splitter, and the belt will be divided into 2. We'll have the good uranium on one side of the belt, and then the bad uranium on the other side of the belt. And that'll get flushed all the way down to the end here. And we put this into this sort of circular loop where you can see where they're divided into the 2. Now, of course, when you first start this process, this belt is pretty much empty. There's nothing on it. But now you can see it's full. It's been running for a while. But it prioritizes things on the looping belts rather than getting stuff from the centrifuges. And these centrifuges are now turned off. I actually have some logic in them that says, and I forget the exact signal, if we have enough, I called it U for uranium. If the uranium is greater than 0 here, I'm not even sure which one it is. I think it's, I can't even remember which one I did that with. I'll have to review this again to figure out exactly how I did all that. But anyway, that's not overly important. I mean, these could have kept running. This belt would have just filled up and it would have stopped anyway. So it doesn't really matter that much. I was just being a little anal on my efficiency. I actually turn the centrifuges off once I have a certain amount of uranium in the system here. And this is your magic guy, really, is your Corvix guy. He does the processing here. That converts. Once you get enough, once you get 40, the system just starts looping in on itself. And then we have one to build the fuel. So you see here, let's see if I can look at this a little more closely. This brings in both these 2 inserters bring the 2 types of uranium into the centrifuge, and this guy takes it out. But you take it out in the direction that it can potentially get reused. So it's kind of neat to see this start, because the first time it gets the uranium basically from here. But once it gets 40, it actually loops in on itself and gives itself the 40 that it just, it spits out 41 instead of 40. So you get 40 coming in here as an ingredient, but the products are 41 of these. So every time it goes through a cycle, you get one extra. You thought bots came in flooding? They sort of did. They can at times. They're kind of flooding to build all this now. We'll come back and check on this once it gets up and running. See, these are starting to charge. The heat's already going up in the reactors. Oh, but we got to get the water set up. We haven't got the water set up there, so we have to do that too. So we have one to get the nuclear fuel. We have one for the train fuel, and this one is just to create the uranium. And this is kind of a neat little system. It's going continuously. I think here's where I have, I just turn these off once I have enough uranium, but it just keeps feeding the uranium here in this box just so I know I have some. So I always make sure I have a little bit here in the box. And I use that for everywhere else. But all the other uranium is used to create more uranium. So I make sure I have a good stock of uranium before I stop making it. So anytime some of this is consumed, this guy will fire up and he can create some more whenever we need it. But you can see we use uranium so infrequently because it's so efficient that we rarely have to create new uranium now. And for this one here, where's the guy that consumes the old stuff? Here, this guy. This guy takes the old and he craps out some of the bad uranium and he just puts it back into the system. He puts it back into a chest here, and the chest will go get pulled into one of these, and it gets just fed back into the loop. So it's cool. It actually works pretty well. I spend a lot of time on this too. Oh, you mean when NG listed all the commands, you thought there was a flood of bots? I see. Not bots in the game, but actual chat bots. I understand now. So I would have to review this to see it precisely so I can get into the fine details. Oh, let's see here, it fired up. It took one of the old ones and it's converting it. It'll put it into here. It immediately takes it out. It's going to put it into one of these. And it just gets fed back into the system, into the loop system. So yeah, it works pretty well. It works pretty well. And here comes another one. So that'll go into one of these requesters. And these I try to keep empty as much as I can. So they'll throw these on here first. So these ones get blocked. And then that should get burned anytime we need some more uranium. Oh gosh, we have so much of it. Anyway, we're good. I think we're good. Let's go check on our creation over here. We don't need this anymore. Ba-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da. Okay, oh, you see we have, this is for the old system. We want to get some water pumps. we should be able to place them pretty much directly in here. So if we need a little spot here for water. Oh, oh my gosh. So good. So good. So good. So good. Oh, a fusion power, eh? Interesting. Well, we'll have to check all that out, sir. Let's just be careful here. I want to do this right. Because it can get sometimes buggy. See, it won't remove anything if I'm standing on it. The mod here is not perfecto. Okay, we need to move a little more up to here. I stand corrected. We could even fill this in. Should be able to fill this in. There we go. This is a nice design. I must admit, this is not bad at all. Heck, just so it looks nice and even. Look at that, this nice little pool of water feeding our... you need one here and here. And here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yay! If I recall correctly, that's what they showed a picture of. Ah. Okay. I haven't seen it yet, so that's going to be a bit of a surprise for me. Which is fine. Surprises are good. Okay, we don't have enough of the heat things. Let's go back to our hub and make sure we increase these numbers. So we have at least the right number to make a new power plant. Well, we're going to have a crazy amount of power now. Because right now we're just taking them right off the as they come off the factory line, assembly lines here, instead of in storage. And I suppose our economy is strong enough we could upgrade these to the tier 3 assemblers. Ooh, boy. Excellent. Okay, what do we got here? Alright, guys, we need a little music here. Let's try some of this. Steel. Let's grab some stack inserters. We can start upgrading to stack inserters everywhere. man, that look at all the stuff it needs. Look at that. You even need a ton of copper. All right, let's just upgrade these numbers here. So we want to store this. So instead of storing this, how much do we need? Oh gosh, 112. That's way too small. I haven't really upgraded these numbers in a while. Power, nuclear, 12. Oh, it's not too bad. 176. We already calculated those numbers, so let's put 176 in here. $176. And this needs to be a big number too, or bigger a number. $304. And the bigger we make our nuclear power plants, the more efficient they become. We have more of them working at 160% rather than just 120, or even at 80 or 40%. So this guy here should go up as well. Ba ba da ba ba. Ba da ba 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 ba. 684. Wow, that's quite a bit. This might be a scenario where we don't want this to be. There we go. Let some more of these pass through here. This guy's at the end of the line, so he can be upgraded. You've been awake for 30 hours, bro. Oh my goodness. I was talking about that earlier, how important I feel so much better if I get a decent night's sleep. I didn't sleep that great last night. Did go to the gym a lot on the weekend though, so that kind of helps. But I was actually thinking about my stream. I was working on my some of these blueprints. I got a blueprint storage on my Google Drive that I've been sharing as part of the streaming experience. So I was working on that last night. I didn't quite finish it. Oh, here we go. Oh, we need some more of these heat things. I think that's one of our limiting factors. We're not going to be boiling any water without any of these heat thingamabobbers. Excellent. Okay, guys, let's start. We'll let that finish off. Let's push our wall out. We'll grab the stone. We'll make some more landfill. And then we're going to start thinking about some more sort of mega base designs here. Oh, good job. Good job, artillery. So we don't even really need to be here anymore, I think, for this, what we're going to do. So we could now that we have artillery in place, we should be able to just start pushing this out. Lots of power now, so I'm not worried about this. Okay, these are going to give us the power poles and the roboports. Oh, look at this lovely chomp them up. There we go. Beautiful. We're also going to grab the radar ones, just so we could see what's going on. So we're going to get the radar pushed out there. Okay, and to start doing some of the extra clearing, oh, here's what we need to do. Military, this thing. Oh, we need some processing units. Pshaw, man. All right, guess we could fix that. Grab some processing units. We only need one of these, and then we can start firing from afar. We'll clear out some of these bases so they're not in our way of our bots. Or we could just have our Spidertron walk along. And the nice thing about this, we really don't even need to leave our base anymore. The things we could do with lots of power. I just love it. Okay, we got to get a wall over here before we fill this in, obviously, or else we'll have a big gaping hole. Big gaping hole in our base. That would be bad. I could start building nuclear now, but I did talk about that earlier. It's like I kind of like using the artillery more than anything else. I wish the nuclear had like an option where you could fire it via a missile, like in the middle of your base, and it just blew up a huge area. But as it is now, you got to get your Spidertron really close and then fire nearby, which is I don't know, but not very conducive for large scale sort of expanding end game play in my view. All right, let's get this thing. Come on, guys. Hopefully I could, on the way, 0. Why? Oh, shoot. What am I doing all the way over here? I'm not even on my dude. Yeah, laser wall is awesome. I love the laser wall. Satisfaction? 0. On the way, 0. Why? And there's 100 in storage? How come you're not delivering, bro? Why aren't you delivering? Our Spidertron left without us. We have lots of blue here. We have a whole bunch of blue that I make this little box here. Just like a little injector system, puts it in the box, stores 100, and I could use it for anything like this. But why are the bots not delivering it to me? Oh, research done. Research is done. Yes. Reporting for duty. Spider Overtron. Reporting for duty, Captain. We gotta figure out why this is not delivering. Doesn't make sense. Oh. I don't have minimum. Duh. Fine. Stupid game. You saw a train firing nuclear? Are you sure it was not just artillery? There is an artillery train. Where is that thing? It must have been the artillery train. This guy here. There's an artillery wagon. Oh, here we go. All right. All right. Let's have some fun with our own artillery here. So we do not have to leave the comfort of our base. Just point and click and let the firing commence. Ooh, here's a nice big base. The nice thing about this is that it shows you when you follow the shells, you can actually see them. Get rid of that one. I used up a lot of shells doing it this way, but artillery shells aren't that expensive anymore. Alright, anything else going to be in our way? Are these guys going to be in our way over here? Perhaps. Get rid of these guys. Oh, here's a nice big one. Juicy. Okay, so there's this, I'm trying to think. The only artillery shell is this one here. There's no nuclear artillery shell that I know of. I think there's a nuclear something. A nuclear missile, is it? Isn't it? Poison, yeah, I don't care about the poison. We actually have something hit our wall. Oh, shoot. Oh, I missed one. Dude. Missed one there. Couple over here. Oh, shoot. The game audio is weird? Crackling, huh? Is it constantly bad? Or is it just... It looks fine. I can't see anything wrong. Alright, there we go. We're still doing pretty good on the... Alright, let's start building our laser wall a little further out here. The music. It crackles, you say? How bad is it? It just started. Huh. Is it still there? Has it gone away? I could turn the music off, in-game music. Certainly have never heard that before. Oh no! Alright, let's get this wall set up. Then we could disintegrate that wall. And then we got some more base. More basing to build. The last thing I need is to have strange Twitch issues. Okay, radar. So that's one. I could push out one more, I suppose. Might be a good idea. This method you could push out quite a bit. It's just crackling. Here, let me turn on in my stream here. There's a bit of crackling. That it's either an OBS or a Twitch problem. Because I still get any crackling here within the game. Okay, let's just settings. I'll turn the music right off, see if it's going to be any better. Oh, it's still there. Oh, hold on. Let's let the game catch up to me. Well, I gotta wait for myself. Myself is like 15 seconds behind. I think that's better. A little bit hard to tell, because I'm listening to myself here, but I think that's better. Okay, that is really strange. Ah, look, the newly created wall is already doing its work. Good job, wall. Good job, wall. Okay, as of course the new one gets created, we can get rid of the old, and we'll make maximal use of our stuff. Of course, we'll get a few attacks.
Together, we can rule the galaxy.
Honker Bonker. Hey, thanks for the follow, buddy. Really appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying your stay here. Welcome to Great Life Gaming. I've been thinking of adding a little saying here on my channel. It might be a little corny, but you know, the path of a good life is difficult, but it's worth it. Is that good? Is that bad? Living a great life is not easy, but it's worth it. Or is that too corny? I don't know. We got to be careful we don't tear down our walls too quickly until the new ones get built. These are getting built pretty quickly now, so you see we already got a few already set up here. Let's build another wall right here. I kind of like staggering them at first until we get sort of a spread. I do want to grab this the stone there, and I think I want to eventually grab this other stone down here that we found. Where was it? Oh, that's copper. Oh, all that. Oh, here's stone right there. I often fail myself to try to live a great life. You know, you kind of know what you need to do to improve things in your life, but then you go, oh man, that's going to be a lot of work. Just like going to the gym. Something as simple as going to gym is hard. You like it? All right, man. Maybe I'll make a t-shirt someday. I'll put that logo on there. Do, 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 do. Oh shoot, I gotta have these double city blocks. All right, let's push it all the way out to here. This will be kind of fun. We'll have some fun with the biters here. And we'll push it out simply via our artillery. We won't even have to walk out there. We're gonna let the bots do the work. Get to work, bots. Earn your keep. What's the matter with you? Well, I usually lose like a few radars in the process of doing this. Or even a couple of poles. Oh, look at these guys. We've got a whole bunch of lasers being returned back from the destruction of that. And how about this? Ooh, ooh, it's done. It's working. We have power out the wazoo now. What's a wazoo, you say? Well, a wazoo is that amazing nuclear power plant. It's blasting things out at 3.4 gigawatts of power now available. I think we're fine for the next little bit. Okay, you could probably get rid of this wall. And continually, let's push it out another layer here. Say here. And here. And then we could start actually building our track out. So here's my long-term plan, guys. We're going to go 11 by 3. And what I mean by that, we're going to have a city block. Well, I call it a city grid. So you see a city block right now is just one section, but we're going to have sections of 11 by 3. And that's going to be the right shape in order to have trains deliver things relatively efficiently. And it also gives us enough room to start building the mega factories. Okay. Yeah. Must be OBS. If it's coming from the game audio, something from the game audio. I'm hoping it'll fix itself. Okay, one of the first things we're going to want is to grab that this stone so we can get more of this wonderful landfill. We need tons and tons of landfill. This is already getting... Look at this. Kind of a trickle going on there. Okay, how we're gonna get? We need to get a train over here. Train system. Biters? Where? Die, biters! No biters entering my base. Stay out. Stay out, I say. All right, so let's start laying down this track. It's gonna take a little while for it to build. We also need to just start cleaning house here. So let's do an order to take out the trees. Nice big order. We need an order to take out the cliffs. Nice big order. We should have a whole bunch of cliff explosives. Hey, no! I can't see what's going on here. Fine, you guys really want it? You're gonna attack me, are you? You really think so? Fine, take that then. Take that. Stay away! A wall is still not established, so... As long as nobody kind of sneaks through into the main base here, that's why we're going to protect the main base if we have to with our Spidertron. Okay, once we get a few lasers in here with a couple of, like this is probably already good. Oh, come on, we need a couple of power poles. You know, I had this problem before where I actually started laying the power first because, oh, there we go. As soon as you get one down, then we're good. There we go. There we go. Thank you. Okay, let's keep building. Put one here now. Quit your belly aching. Okay, we have a little group here that got through here. I'm not too surprised, but... GP! Hey, buddy! Here, let me pause the game here. We gotta welcome GP. Alright, sorry. Let me just do a quick little pause here, guys. We gotta give... How you going, GP? I think you should have got an automatic shout-out. Yes, you did. Welcome, welcome. How was your... I think I'm subscribed to you. I believe I am. If I'm not, I gotta make sure I do subscribe to you. I noticed you were jumping around from game to game recently. How's that going for you? I am followed. Yes, excellent. Excellent. How is your stream, my friend? Welcome, everybody. Welcome, everybody. My name's Tholen. Welcome, everyone from GP Stream. I'm a stay-at-home dad. I've got some variety gameplay going on here. Oh, man. What's going on? I missed somebody. There we go. Currently going through a playthrough of Factorio, obviously. Kind of in preparation for the big release coming out in October. And we're doing a kind of a mega-based playthrough right now. We're kind of in the middle of it. Expanding our base. You can see our bots are going crazy here. Hello. See, I got a couple of biters that squeak through here. Amazing stream, but unfortunately got to run to work. Hope to catch you around, man. All right, well, thanks for the raid again, and have a good day at work. Don't work too hard. Got to get back home and do some more streaming, right? We're just having some steady research on the go here as well. So what we're doing right now, guys, is we're taking our wall and we're expanding it further out to give us access to some more of these resources. So we've got pretty much our bots doing all the work for us.
Join me, and together
Thank you, GP.
The galaxy.
Really appreciate that. Really appreciate the follow. Welcome to the channel. How many bots we have roaming around now? Oh, just no, not even 3,000 yet. Construction bots, so that's not too bad. I don't think we need to expand it too much yet. There we go. The artillery is getting into place now. Once a couple of walls are built up on the periphery, they start just cleaning out the riffraff. We should be getting ourselves underway. That's what I wanted here. This book here. As long as we keep building our solar, our roboports and all that stuff. So these this blueprint here is actually kind of nice. It's got radars in it. It's a double city block with radars. Just helps make sure I always have vision. I don't think they've all built yet. Okay, got to build another wall, say right around here. Laser wall. So the laser walls contain 3 layers of lasers, so the no biters can basically get through that. Plus, backed up by some artillery. Okay, these guys, we don't have a wall up here yet, so we'll keep this wall intact until, of course, we expand out in that way. Oh, look, our track is partially built. We're going to need, of course, to get some of these. A lot of landfill. This landfill takes forever. And we're going to pave the world. Did somebody get through? It's possible that we... Oh, I think I might have taken my wall down a little too early over here. Okay, let's bring our Spidertron down. Laser wall. I love my laser wall. I love blueprints even more. I love... Oh, no, we kind of let this guy get through. Yeah, we got a little bit too premature. We tore that one down before that one got built up. So it can be a little difficult to get the timing down. All right, anyone else need a smackdown over here? Any other you guys need a smackdown? They keep taking up my radar and I can't see. Stretch! Oh, good idea, man. Oh, what time is it? 11:30. We'll have a break in about an hour or so. And we'll do a pull-up challenge as well. We've got a pull-up challenge redeemed for all those you have not been to the channel before. Yeah, let's see. Let's take a look. I think I got more than that. Spider loadout is... we've got 3 Exos, 1 portable fusion. That's pretty much all you can get. And I've got 2. I could probably fit 1 more personal defense. But I generally I got all myself decked out with personal defense. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And when you're in your Spidertron, your personal defense works as well. So if I really wanted to deck out the Spidertron, if I wanted him to travel on his own, I suppose. I only tend to build 1 Spidertron, so we could get rid of these 2 batteries and put 1 more in there. I got a few extra solar grids in here. No shields. Don't need them. I find I never need them. I rarely use the shields. Rarely use the shields. Even while fighting, like we could go walk here. I'll show you. We could walk into one of these bases, some of the harder bases out here. Yeah, I don't. He hardly. Oh no, hardly takes the damage. At least once you have a lot of lasers on you. Yeah, probably 2 would be enough. It depends if you want to have. If you're gonna fight for. Oh, there we go. He killed it. If you're gonna fight for if you plan on fighting for extended periods of time, then probably 4 is better. But if you're probably not going to fight for an extended period of time, which I'm not, I don't ever anticipate me fighting for a long period of time, I probably only need 2. On my last stream on Friday, for those of you that remember, I was fighting extensively, like because I didn't have my artillery yet, and we cleared out this whole area here pretty much. Well, I didn't have the Spidertron yet, so I kept running out of battery power. Because we're using our lasers so much. But yeah, let's walk out there. We could actually go take a little jaunt out here to some heavy biter territory. Once you have like, I don't know, 8 or so lasers. Now I understand in the 2.0 release, they are nerfing the personal defense lasers because they are too effective, which I guess is okay. As long as they don't nerf the actual turrets themselves, the turret lasers, because I find those are far more important. Like we still don't take any damage. Now these are still not huge biter bases yet or anything. Yeah, those guys are getting attacked because they're trying to build the wall, so we should go maybe clear that out. Yeah, so we could just control it like this if we wanted to. And especially when you have bots to repair yourself, it's it's all good.
Join me, and together
Kowser!
we can rule the galaxy.
Kowser Khan. Ooh, that's a cool name. Welcome. Welcome to Great Life Gaming. Thank you for the follow. Hope you enjoy your stay. Let's go help these bots out here. I don't know if this wall... Oh, they got some of the wall built already. Once they get a bit of the wall built, they can usually clear the rest themselves. All right. We're gonna get our radar built over here. They've probably been killing the radar. Yeah, there's a radar right there that's supposed to be built. And that's pretty close to there. Yes, I am using some mods, so exclamation fact mods to see a list of them. Not too many that change functionality. There's a few. But it's relatively minor. It's fact mods. Exclamation FAC mods. I keep I got mods for various games, so I just keep the commands separate. There we go. All right. Look at this little... What are you guys doing here? Leave my base alone, please. Let my dudes build. So most of, like, the ones that I use the most would be the max rate calculator to understand how your factories are performing. Squeak through mod is fairly, I think fairly common now. I use squeak through. Vehicle snap is good for when you have a car. I don't really need it anymore for my Spidertron. Or eraser, I generally don't use. Landfill everything allows you to remove landfill. That one I do use. That changes vanilla behavior. So if I want to remove this landfill after placing it, I can. See, I can actually remove it. That is probably my biggest deviation from vanilla gameplay. Everything else, like the creative mod, I don't use. It's only in rare occasions in a separate gameplay. Like I'm not using it here at all. I use it to test blueprints. So that's the only reason why that one's installed. But for normal gameplay, that's turned off. Deactivated. Oh, there we go. Okay, let's finish this off here. Should probably finish clearing this out. Put one here. And this guy should start firing away. All right. We could get rid of this wall fairly soonish. Don't want to do that too soon. Once all the artillery shells get there. So how about you, Kowser? Do you play a lot of Factorio? You're pretty familiar with the game? I have a little under 2,500 hours, I think. So I have played a lot, but I haven't played it a lot recently. I played it a lot about 6 years ago. So it's been a... Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! We have a hole in our defenses. Emergency! Emergency! Let's run over there. Where the hell's my thing? Here we go. Oh well. They don't do too much damage. You know what? I was thinking of maybe trying a Death World playthrough. That could be fun. You played a little bit? Cool, man. Well, let me know if you have any questions. I do focus my gameplays on blueprints. I love the blueprint system here in this game, so you'll see a lot of blueprints. Hey! Hey, hey, hey! Stop it! Stop it! Oh, 300 hours. That's a good start. That's certainly a good start. This game is a game you can play this game for thousands of hours, literally. It's got so much in it. Okay, this was not the most strategic execution of this border wall extension here. They're like stuck in here. They can't leave. Bots will take care of the rest. Okay, this should be fine up here. Let's go back down here. Oh, you finished it a couple of weeks ago. Nice. If I wanted to use a city block about double the size of yours, what issues would you run into? I'm expecting I would need to roboport. Yeah, so, well, if you want to do double the size, okay, so here. Let me show you where I have done that, NG, and then we can maybe discuss about some of the potential issues. So I've got one city block that is double the size, so it's a four. It's not just a one. It's kind of 4x4, really. Gets more than a double size. You kind of have to go. If you can't get, you got to double it both directions. So in order for it to still be a square, so that's one thing I guess you're gonna want to do. Outline city blocks. Oh, sorry, no, combined city blocks. These radar ones. I have this radar one. See, it's a double. So it's pretty much if you if you really wanted to build, it would be difficult. You'd have to give up some things if you really wanted it to be a true like 4x4 city block in size, um, because your robots would not be able to deliver into that system. You're forced to pretty much build your roboports within a 100 by 100 grid if you want them to have access to every point of that city block. So you'd give that up. And there's certainly viable systems to do that. Like for example, I think most players, I'm kind of the exception to this rule. When they expand their base, they don't build the city blocks way out here. Right? They don't put roboports way out here. They'll just maybe take a Spidertron, build a few defenses, clear the area, build maybe just in certain places where you want to mine or extract some resources. But I know I'm going to probably end up using all of this space because we're going to go to a large mega base design. So I'm going to gobble it up anyway and just extend my wall. So that's pretty much the issue you'll have, NG, is your robots will not have access to it. And you might have to design a different electrical pattern. Like I spent some time designing these hydro poles. The spacing is a little weird, but it ended up working out. So yeah. So my suggestion there, here, I'll show you what I've done, NG, as kind of a compromise, because I have wanted to build things larger than a single city block. I'll show you some of my bigger, we're going to be getting to that really soon, actually, because we're getting into the mega base sort of designs now. I have these endgame mega blueprints. So let's take a look at this one, for example. Here is a blueprint that spans 3 city blocks. So you could build large, you could have a blueprint that spans multiple city blocks, but you still maintain that city block structure. So you'll see here, I don't want to plop this down, I don't want to start building. So let's actually look at that maybe in a little more detail. So this one builds circuits, green circuits. The first city block here is just a staging area for the trains. So because I can have literally a lot of material coming into this, I don't want my trains to be stuck on the main track. So I actually allocate a whole city block for some of these mega factories, just so the trains have a place to park. So if there's like 8 incoming trains into this, like 2 for the copper, 2 for the iron, and maybe 2 to pick up, I need some place for them to go. So that whole city block is for this. I probably don't need this many. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I could probably get away with 4 or 5 as a staging area. And I can maybe use the rest for like solar grid or solar power or something. But anyway, then you have an area where they actually load or unload. And you can see that's pretty involved in and of itself. And then I just use belts to span into the next city block to actually go into the factory itself. So you got the input coming in here, goes into the factory to make what I want, and the output comes here. And most of my designs follow this sort of pattern. Input, output, input, output. And these are pretty big. These take a while to build. It takes a while for your robots to get in there. Yeah. So my recommendation then would you to adhere to that 100 by 100 grid size as your template, and then start spanning them for how you want to organize your various larger factories or whatnot. So when I talked about it earlier, I'm going to have an 11 by 3 city grid system, right? And this is why I have it by 3, because of the 1, 2, 3 city blocks here. If you wanted to go further, yeah, you can. You know, as Kowser's saying here, you could go 3 by 2. You can go a 3 by 3. Um, I haven't had a reason to go much bigger than this. I mean, I could imagine. I think we talked about this a little bit on Friday. Like, imagine you actually had a very large set of blueprints, which represented, say, 10 science per second. So it included everything. Oh, guys are still getting through here. Go away. Um, and that's totally doable. In fact, I'm thinking of doing something like that towards the end of once I get to like 45 science per second. I want to figure out a way how to make a larger blueprint that just plops down, say, 10 signs over here and another 10 signs over there or something, right? And it contains everything from A to Z. Like, it contains, the creation of the green, the red, the blue circuits. It contains, everything all in one. That would take up a lot of space, so that could be like maybe 30 city blocks worth. So you'd have a lot of landfill to, but if there's going to be challenge with that for sure. There's going to be a lot of challenge with that for sure. Hey! You guys did not ask for permission to walk into my base. Go away. Okay, I gotta plug this up down here. Hold on a second, guys. What are you doing? Stay out of my home. So we got here. This is gonna do the wall. We have a corner, so they'll place a corner there. Hey, stop. Okay, let's keep these bots going. I think they're taking a holiday right now. Okay, we got them. We got them. Ah la la. Oh, sorry. I need to push this out a little further. So we can actually destroy this one here. And I would certainly take advantage. Like, you see here, see what I'm doing here? I'm actually using a laser wall destruction planner, but it doesn't destroy anything but only destroys the things I want. So I could bandbox a large area and it won't destroy the roboports, it won't destroy factories, it'll just destroy wall, whatever I have laid out in the planner. So definitely take advantage of things like that. The upgrade planners, the destruction planners are extraordinarily powerful to enhancing your builds. All right, these have been cleared out. We'll make a little thing right here. Yeah, I do have I've built up a fairly large suite of them now. So those are some of my destruction planners. My upgrade planner is even more. Like, for example, as you go through the game, you start off with yellow belts, but then we upgrade to red, and then you eventually upgrade to blue, and then you want to upgrade your assemblers, right? All these things I end up using these. I use a lot for the modules as well. Same idea, going from tier 1 to tier 2 to tier 3 modules. And I haven't got into these yet. We'll explain these in a future episode. Some buffer chest designs that I have. Oh yeah. Oh cool, man. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it. I'm glad you're getting something out of it. That inspires me to continue making cool stuff. At least stuff that I find cool anyway. Okay. Our train our train stuff still hasn't even finished building here. Oh my gosh. Are we getting low? Let's see. Oh, they're still cranking out as much stone as I can, but this is getting kind of thin over here. Oh, you found it out yesterday? Nice. Cool. Okay, what are my bots doing? Let's be focused here, guys. We gotta keep progressing. The factory must grow. Because I think we're getting some leakage still. Yeah, see, they're leaking through. Let's go all the way down to there. Where's my double radar? Yeah, radar goes to there. So let's extend the radar and the wall up to there. So we want to go up to here and all the way down. Oh, let's get that started. Okay. I'm going to place myself. We've got to make sure we plug this hole. Don't want any more dudes coming through here. And we should be able to get rid of this pretty soon. Where are all my bots? How come they're on holiday? They're doing something. Oh, because I hit Alt. I hit the button. I hit the button that hides everything. Laser wall. Let's start getting rid of this. And you'll notice I spend a lot of time now in map view. Once we kind of get to this stage of the game, I'm not making micro orders. We're making kind of large global orders. I do very little. I could pretty much park my Spidertron in the middle of my base and do everything with the bots for the most part at this stage. And that's a very powerful way to do it, I find, because the bots multitask, and